Good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. In this video, we will be going to discuss about the following topics related to the operating system structure. In the operating system structure, we will be going to discuss about the services which are offered by the operating system and what are the interface being used between the user and the operating system. Followed with system call, the types of system call, system program. And in the next video, we will be going to discuss about the design and implementation, structure, debugging, generation. Regarding the objective of the following topics, which I have listed before, we will be going to provide the insights of the uh, user, process, and other systems related to the services provided by the operating system and the way in which the structure of the operating system has been described, and we will be going to see how the OS can be installed, how it can be customized, and how it works regarding the booting of the OS. Regarding the operating system services, it will provide the environment of execution of the program and the services of the program and the user inside the operating system. As OS will provide a number of functionalities to the user and it will be much more helpful for them. Regarding the user interface almost in all OS we have a number of user interface available for the user. Example, command line, CLI, graphical user interface and batch. Regarding the program execution, it can able to load the program whenever the program has been initiated or the application can be initiated inside the OS. It will be loaded in load the program has been loaded into the memory and run the program and execute normally or abnormally. Example, normally means we will be going to execute inside the OS. How it can be visualized into the monitor. Abnormal, if any trap or exception happens, it is called abnormal. Based on the execution, we can able to go with n number of operations provided with that particular application or the services provided with those with inside that particular OS. Inside the particular services, we have each and every OS will provide a number of services related to the functionalities and the CAR6. First one, the file system manipulation. Regarding the file system manipulation, the program can be read and write within the particular file and the directory, and then we can able to create or delete them, or we can search them inside the particular file system, and the file information, permission, privileges can be modified or changed according to the requirement of the user. Then regarding the communication, the file that can exchange the information that can be done within the computer or between the computer over the network. And the communication, whatever being exchanged or transmitted, that are being initiated by using the shared memory or through message passing. Error reduction, which is abnormal activity, which is constantly aware of the OS based on the possibility of the error. If the error is being occurred, the appropriate action has to be taken and correct and consistent by providing the services to the services which are offered by the OS. Then the user who is enhancing the particular or visualizing the particular error, they have to debug effectively using the system program or the functionalities provided inside that particular OS. Then regarding that particular services, whatever we have discussed before regarding file system manipulation, communication, and error detection. Followed with, we have 3 other services being provided with the particular OS, that are service allocation. Service allocation is whenever a multiple user or multiple jobs running concurrently, the service has to be allotted one after another without having any overlap between the allocation of the resource. And during the multiple resource allocation, certain metrics and the performance has to be considered, which are CPU cycle, main memory, file, storage, IO devices. Followed with the resource allocation, we have accounting. Accounting is nothing but we have to track the particular user, how much and what kind of resource they are providing, and how that resource being added into the particular OS for the services. Finally, the production and the security. For the production and the security, the information being initiated from the particular user who is the owner of that particular information, and that resource which has been transferred or communicated via multiple user or network user, they have to use the control of the information concurrently without interfering with each other. That control and managing will be done by the owner of the information. And regarding the production, they have to ensure all the resource being controlled and managed effectively in order to access the particular access and service being provided by the particular OS. Security is nothing but what are the outsiders or the illegitimate things happen while providing the services. The security has enhanced the user authentication and avoid invalidate access attempts. Regarding the operating system services, this is the overall design diagram where here we will be having user and the system program. For the user interface, we have n number of user interface for each and every OS. As we have discussed before, we have GUI, graphical user interface, batch, and command line. These are the interface which is to be visualized for what are the services being offered by the OS. For the system call, which is being what are the services being initiated, that will be get into the system call, which is getting into the system call, and it will be visualized and monitored inside this particular user interface. The services are nothing but program execution, IO operation, file system, communication, resource allocation, accounting, error detection, production, and the security. These are the things which is offered inside the OS. The baseline of the OS is hardware. With the hardware integration, the operating system will be able to provide the services as listed. It should be initiated by using the system call. The system call, after which is services which are initiated with the system call, which will be monitored and visualized by using this user interface. First, we will be going to see about the CLI, command line interface, or command interpreter, which is a direct command entry which is available with that particular OS, and it will be implemented inside the kernel by the system program. And this particular command interpreter will be get implemented as a shell, and it will, the primary process of this particular command interpreter is nothing but it will get the command from the user and it will try to execute inside the OS. And it is a inbuilt which is available inside the particular OS, where those can, where the service, where this particular interface will be available to provide and visualize this particular services being provided by the OS. This is the one of the shell command interpreter which is available in open source OS, where the command interpreter will look like this. Here we will be initiating with the particular file directory with PBG Mac Pro. This is a system file where we will be having PPG is the file directory, which is initiated with the W with the command. Like that, we can go with a number of commands like IO stat, which is nothing but input output stat6. Will tell you what are the disk or the space memory which is available, how much CPU utilization is being arranged for each and every distribution of memory with the average time. Then we have ls is nothing but a file which is listed with this particular PBG is the directory. Inside the directory, what are the files which is available? To visualize that file, we will be using this ls. Password is nothing but the user will have this PBG will able to get into the particular password for privilege and the permission access. Next one is nothing but using the interface of the GUI. We have other interface which is nothing but user friendly desktop metaphor interface. Here we will be using with the particular mouse, keyboard and monitor. The iconic representation of this particular interface is nothing but we can able to represent the file, program and the action. For providing various actions like information, providing information option execution and the opening of the directory, the object of various mouse button will be used as the interface for providing these actions. This particular metaphor interface is invented by Xerox PROC. Many other system will be included basically with CLI, but some of the other system or the OS which is provided with both GUI and CLI. Example, Windows is provided with both GUI and CLI, like that of Mac and Linux too. In touchscreen, we will be having a new interface which is required. The mouse is not possible under decide one, as we have gone with the normal desktop or the laptop. But here the selection action has to be done with the gesture, and the virtual entry of the desk voice command has to be initiated as the future into this particular touchscreen device. For the Mac, we have same GUI whatever we have seen before. Then we have a system call, because as we seen with the previous diagram, these are the services which is provided with the particular OS with n number of services. The services has been initiated with the GUI with the help of the intermediate of system call. So we will be going to see about the system call, what is significant, how it play or act in between the services and the user interface. System call is nothing but the program interface to the services which is provided by the particular OS. We need a system call. It's a high level language of C or the C++. Mostly we will be having high level programming, application programming interface, rather than we can use a system call. There are n number of API, application programming interface, with Windows, Mac and every other. So we have system call names through which we can able to text this as a generic one in order to initiate with the high level language to connect both the interface with the services which are offered by the OS. Example is nothing but we have a source which is nothing but the service which is offered with the particular OS. We have a system call sequence that is being initiated for connecting the service and the destination with the interface. What are the service which is provided with the particular system call, which is nothing but we have a n number of sequence operations to be performed for initiating the system call. We have acquiring the input file. After acquiring the input file name from the source, we can able to write the appropriate prompt to the particular screen and accept the input. After accepting the input, we can able to output the prompt into the interface. The same sequence will get continued until the complete message or the command which is being displayed into the particular interface. After displaying complete information, message into the interface, that program will get terminated normally. This is the standard interface where you will be having a standard header which is unistandard.h.